Hey everybody, and I'm gonna do a quick little tutorial here on preparing and seeding your Rockwool for use in the tower garden. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing gloves, Rockwool is, if you don't know what it is, it's spun rock. It's melted and it turns into a stringy, wiry substance that's a lot like fiberglass. So handling this stuff dry is like handling fiberglass. So it can irritate your skin and stuff, so I always wear gloves when handling it. Plus I don't want to contaminate my surfaces as well. Now when you buy the Rockwool from yougrowfood.com, or you buy it from us in one of our links that we send out, you get it. You can buy I forget how much comes in one batch, but there's quite a few of them, and it comes in a big block like this. Actually, one already started to cut up, and it comes in, this box right here. What I like to do, since I use them individually, not as full sheets, plus they're easier to handle for me, is I cut them up into this individual pieces that we'll be using. So I store them like this, because I use them one at a time. Unless I'm starting a big batch, I cut them up like that. So they're very easy to cut. And today we're gonna plant just one extra cilantro plant. So I am going to just prepare one for seeding, to go to seedling. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I prepare these Rockwools to store them, so that they're not a big clump, cumbersome, and break apart. So if you leave them together like this and you're moving them around into boxes, they could break, and then they could break down the middles, and then you damage and waste them. Why waste it? They're melting rock to make these, so don't waste it. So as you can see, they cut very simple, and you could use just a standard knife and just right through them. It cuts through it like butter, and you don't even have to put much pressure on it, and they just cut real simple. They're very light. Alright, we'll do as you can see here, see this rough edge where they're all ripped apart and it's shredded? This edge right here, I don't know if you can see that in the video. Yeah, you can right there. This edge right here, this is where it was ripped off because it's stored in a big piece. Now the problem with this is these little pieces here, they break off and they become little pieces like this. They get into your water system, your supply, and they could just become a nuisance, or they can get on your skin and really irritate the heck out of it. So I just go through and I just cut them nice and neat. It's not hard to do. Just cut them so it gives you a nice clean edge. And this is just a plain old household steak knife, and it cuts right through it with very little pressure. You'll see. Alright, and then we just cut through them to make the individual pieces. That one didn't cut all the way through. Alright, so there's the end piece that was ripped. Okay, gonna throw those in the box to store. We'll finish up these last couple ones real quick. As you can see, I can cut through them pretty quick when I'm not trying to give you a little demonstration. Oh, that one didn't. Oop. Okay. The last batch here. As you see, I'm not even using a cutting board because I'm not even pressing hard. No need for that. I'm just using a towel to absorb any because I've been working with water here on this table and I don't want to get anything wet. So, alright, we'll get these all out of the way for now. And we'll store them on the side. And I'm going to show you how to prepare the Rockwool for seeding. Ooh, nice little supply. I don't think I'm going to need Rockwool for a little while. Unless I'm a farmer, in which case, probably going to need more. Let's put this on the side for now. There we go. Alright, so I have my solution here. And this solution is just plain old water that's been pH balanced to 5.6. 5.6, 5.5 is where I balance my pH for that. And you just simply drop in your Rockwool. It'll soak up. And it'll soak. Now, a lot of people like to let it soak for, a half hour or something like that. It's one little Rockwool cube. All right, let it soak a little bit. Okay. And then we'll come back to that in a little bit. Okay. Show you the next step after that. Okay, we're back. If you're using more than one piece of Rockwool, obviously you're going to want to use a tray or something to soak your Rockwool in before you begin to seed it. Now to seed it, you're going to need, obviously, seeds. You're going to need some vermiculite, and you're going to need a seeding tray. Tower Garden has their own seeding tray when you get the tester stuff, which is a really nice one. It's fine. But the Rockwool has to sit in a very small amount of water. And to me, that I've found that kind of promotes a little more algae growth. Unless you have a lot of good air moving around it. But I found this by Burpee. It's a self-watering seeding tray. The nice thing about it is it literally gives it the exact amount of water it needs as it needs it. So we're going to show you how to use that. This one here is only the, what is this, 10 seedlings tray. You can find them online. I'll have a link for it down below. If you want to get the there's a 32, which is kind of monstrous if you're doing just a single tower garden. But the 10 is hard to find. I can only find this in the stores. I cannot find it online, even directly at Burpee. Or Amazon. So I will continue to look for the 10 for people, because this allows you to seed one or two things at a time and not worry about stuff. So this works very simple. You just fill the reservoir with water, and you have this wicking mat. It literally is a wick, just like a candle wick. You're just going to place it in here with the edges down, like so. And that'll collect all the water. And then you put the tray inside. Now, the tray holds, it's supposed to hold 7 days worth of water. It sometimes lasts longer than that. And it uses 2 cups. So I have here 2 cups of just plain old tap water, filtered. And I pH balanced it to 5.6. So I want a 5.6 for my plants to stay at. It seems to work best for me between 6 and 5.6. Well, between 5.5 and 5.6, or excuse me, I'm sorry, between 5.5 and 6, for me personally has been the bee's knees. It's been perfect. So we're just going to pour in the 2 cups, which is 500 mLs. Just going to pour it in. And then I'll go into the bottom of the tray. And as you can see, it literally leaves just a tad bit of water on there. What's funny is once the plants get in here, The only spots that will get any water that you'll see in the bottom will be the plant where the plants are. This literally got me tap roots. This system has gotten me roots through the Rockwool in less than a week. So the plants are, they definitely grow, they seem to grow seed faster in this than anything I've used so far. So we're just going to take our Rockwool out of our solution, which was 5.6 as well, and we're going to set it in a tray. That's it. So we're going to get some seeds. Now I don't need the gloves, although there's Rockwool all over the place, so we're going to take these off. I'm going to get to my seeds. Now you probably hear the tower just turned on in the background. This is cilantro, so I'm going to plant a couple seeds in here. We'll say 4. So we're just gonna carefully just drop them into the center. Hopefully you can see this all on the camera. See that? Just drop them into the center here. And one last seed. What are these seeds called, though? Anybody know? I heard you in the background. Yep, coriander. Coriander makes cilantro. Technically, a cilantro plant is what we in America call it. It's called Chinese parsley in China, and Asian parsley in other areas. All right, so in here we just call it cilantro, and then we call it coriander. All right, so that's it for seeding, with the exception of one last step. We're going to take a little bit of vermiculite, not too much, and just put this on top to cover our seeds. Just a tad bit. There we go. And push that in there. So if you haven't seen that, if you can't see that on the camera, we just added a little bit of vermiculite, just enough to cover the seeds. And have any water left in here? Oh, yeah, I got enough in here. We're just going to drip a drop or two on top. This is also the same water, so I'm just going to put a little drip or two. There we go. Just enough on top. And there you have. Now you just put this under your seed light, or some people like to do it in complete darkness. You do it in darkness until you see something sprout, and then you put it in sunlight. I have done both, and I haven't seen a difference in the results. Personally, I have found it's a little more like sunlight, like natural. If you put it in now, because it's covered and the light doesn't get to it now because of the vermiculite, and then it'll stretch out for the light afterwards. So there you go. That's a quick way to seed for the tower garden before you move it to the tower. Hope this helps.